All right, we're going to join them back for Game 2 of our final round of Swiss here at Giga-bites.
Here we go.
And we have Engineering the Future from Steven's side versus Hayley. She's back.
I love Hayley so much. And
Always
you know what?
cool.
You know what, Alec?
Yes.
My favorite.
Ooh.
He's got Laguna.
Oh, my.
The Laguna District.
It's time.
You know, I've lived there for about a month now.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Pretty cool.
You draw a lot of cards. I really think that like that particular deck is very, very good. Like I'm probably not necessarily the best judge of like what's like tier 1, but it feels like it's incredibly strong and very difficult to like defend against. Because I mean the deck has clots, you stop the fast events threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can be fast enough to where you just straight up just blitz those like big, ice remote servers. I love it.
Right. The flexibility of Shaper is really on show here, and it's really going to be a question, I think, of how quickly each player can set up.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
So what are we expecting out of Steven's deck here? Engineering Future, we've seen one particular flavor of it a lot today. Is that what we expect to see play out here?
You know what? It looks like Steven's deck, and this is the key card, right? Caprice Nice. That's what he's running.
There it is.
And that makes me think it's more like a food coats sort of style with fast event. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I definitely feel like anything in HB right now is actually pretty decent. So.
There you go. Both players having set up solid starting board states, 3 pieces of ice and a card at a remote for Steven.
Nice.
And Lance has money, Aesop.
Oh, wow.
And some programs. Oh, Maryland campaign on the board. Very nice.
Man, Maryland just doing work. Second time we've seen it do work today.
It's just a great card.
And, of course, Lance has that, Parisia, and he's like, do I even want it?
Right.
He's like, do I even go over
Particularly
there?
protected with now 2 pieces of ice.
Yeah, no, you just leave it. At this point, I think you just let it go and just let him get the money.
Yep.
Which, of course, is great for Steven. I mean, that ramp is ridiculous.
Sure. He's content to just get the money and prepare. And if I were Steven, I wouldn't anticipate Lance to be running anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would agree with that.
With that, what he has now. Oh. Well, if you need acceleration to get into your mid game, there it is. Laguna is going to... Oh, and an Astrolabe. Going to give you that draw that you need.
He's so lucky. Like, he got this so early. Like,
Dang.
it's still exactly what you want. Unfortunately, though, Steven doesn't run the deck that would utilize it the most.
Right.
So,
and Steven already reluctant to install more remotes, and now,
I think
Jackson remote is fine, but I don't imagine we'll see many more than that.
nah. Steven, just go ahead and throw that Caprice down. What are you
you
doing,
go.
Steven? Throw the Caprice
There
down.
you go.
Just throw it down.
He's got IPO. He needs to toss out a card. It's all good.
Was that a Maryland? Was that another Maryland?
Probably. Yes. Or maybe an Adonis. Couldn't talk.
Okay.
All right. So Laguna is on the board now. Lance will begin to draw
That
with
is
a
so
ferocity
Man.
that is unimaginable.
Well, boom, boom.
Boom.
Oh, my goodness. What is that?
That, I believe, is a misdirection.
Okay. Not useful here. But
right.
it is free.
Oh.
So
Our boy Aesop.
yeah, dude, the last time I went to Aesop's shop, it was crazy. The
Yeah.
dude gave me the best discount.
Ooh.
The best discount. I walked out of the store like I gained money.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he does work.
He does. I mean, I like him in this deck because you have so many like meta options.
Oh, and cool stuff like Cerberus Lady there.
Yeah.
Runs out of counters.
So
get a refund.
It's so good.
Why not? Very cool.
I love this deck, man. I'm serious. I love watching this deck.
Very classic there. Purple and green. And wow, Steven have accumulated quite a bit of economy very early on.
He's got so much. I feel like, honestly, Lance being at 1 credit, I guess 3 at the start of his turn, it feels like Steven can just go. I hate to be
Right.
I hate to encourage him to go, move too quickly, but it just feels like Steven has so much momentum here to just score something. Just go.
Particularly if the ice on that remote are not barriers.
Right.
I agree. Then
Yeah.
yeah,
and
it's
we know
pretty
he,
favorable.
And we know he has a touring. He's got it.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, is Lance running, is he doing the same strat where he's running like the Faust?
Yes, I believe that is the
Dude,
case.
that
So,
touring, that would do so much work.
yeah, seems good. Quite solid. 2 levies in hand. Again, levies maybe not necessarily things you want to be drawing right now.
Right.
So he's got to find a way to work around that.
How is he tracking ladies' counters? I can't see anything on it.
It may be that both players understand that since there hasn't been an opportunity to use it,
Okay.
They
Okay.
assume it has 4. Yeah.
We'll take that.
You know, players.
Well, I trust them.
Yeah.
I trust you,
know what
Steven
they're
and
doing.
Lance. So this is looking. I mean, I got to say they both look like they're in a pretty powerful position. Steven's got we know that he's got the Caprice in the server, I believe, and he's ready to score out. Like just tried right now. Lance has got. When we look at his following turn, Lance is going to gain 2 from the Delicass, then be able to sell something. So I'm pretty sure if he needs to get in, he can.
But will he challenge this? It is an install advance on the Global Food Initiative.
Tough. That's tough.
Steven recognizing that Lance has the capacity to get clot quite easily and is going to advance out the standard fashion.
Yeah, that's tough.
So it appears Lance is on 10 credits.
Yep. I feel like also Lance has some flexibility here to run a lot and force a lot of money loss. Like because Steven's going to advance that card. He's not going to just let it sit.
Right.
It feels like Lance can kind of go, I run R&D, I run HQ, and now I run the remote. And I can deal with it. Oh, okay, or that. That works.
Cool.
That works.
Like you're saying.
Yeah.
This is pressuring a different server.
Yeah. I mean, okay, and yeah, Steven says, sorry, you'll get 3 cards for free.
That is a free access.
Yeah, why not?
Could be rewarded.
Let's find out.
Right.
No, come on. Oh, he will charge that, though.
Yeah.
Wait, did he not try? No, he did not. Okay, well,
It's a fine
you tried,
idea.
Lance. You tried.
Yeah.
That's what matters. Very good.
Okay. So now having attempted that with no res on Steven's part, I think he's confidently going to advance out that global food. Very good for him.
And again, the reason why I like the pressure before, saying, go R&D, go HQ on both, and go the remote, was because I feel like before, when Steven didn't have it scored, he had to play a really careful game of how he was going to res eyes because he knew that he needed to keep some money back to score the agenda. Yep. But now that he has it scored, he can just decide, I'll blow it all in resing. Sure. We'll blow it all right now.
Yeah, why not? Speaking of why nots,
nice.
Lance has sold off his Astrolabe, probably recognizing that
it's not useful that much.
Right, that is not going to get a lot of value this game, and he has another one in hand. So
yeah, that's worth it. I think that's fine.
Cool. Solset Slums on the table now could be really critical if Lance manages to access that Caprice.
Yeah.
And remove it from the game.
It's also important to point out, whereas we've seen like Hayley before, and it was like or Kate, and it was like the deep dating mining.
Right.
Lance has elected to use RDIs.
Okay.
So R&D interface is his plan.
Yep, makes total sense. If you're running Faust as your primary breaker, you might not want to use the card that's the run event.
Yeah. Because
it reduces the amount of things in your hand.
Yep.
I think that's fair.
Steven advancing once. What are you doing? Steven, get the full advantage of that card. Wait, Archive Memories what?
I believe that was an IPO.
Interesting.
Archive Memory.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all about that money.
I was like, I would have thought for sure he would have advanced that card, though, just to make sure he got the full advantage out of the Vitruvius. But, I trust Steven's judgment.
Well, it could be that he's trying to make it unclear to Lance whether or not that is actually an agenda.
Yeah.
And just giving him the odds to get up to 5 points somewhat easily.
Yeah. Man, Lance, I feel like this Solset Slums with Lance, if he can get into Trash Set Caprice, it will be significant.
Yes.
Like, Lance wants to get rid of all of it and remove that protection that Steven has.
Right. But drawing, and I don't know, I don't know if he's finding the things he needs right now. Not challenging the pair of ice.
And for Steven, the hard part is done. He's got the 3-point agenda. So we know that he runs Abiotic Labors. Now, we don't know if Lance is running Claude or not. It actually looks like he is.
I have to imagine he is, and Steven probably recognized that. Oh, and here we go. Lance challenging this remote. Architect Res.
Lance, go get it.
Lance certainly could break this.
Lance, go get it. Go get it, my boy Lance. All right.
Here we go. The modifying code. Into Faust.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm not even mad about it.
Get it on the table. Feel good about heading down this server. And we maybe get into the side game. Side game of champions.
The side game of champions. All right, Lance. So you're going to trash some cards here. You're going to say, I'll get rid of that.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of that.
Oh,
Smart guy, because
classy.
he gets to clone chip it.
Yeah,
if he
well,
wants.
the Haley ability allowed him
Yeah,
to
yeah.
install the Cyber Cipher there.
God, it's so good.
And he's pointed it at Steven's primary scoring server and said, put a Turing on there.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yep. I like it. Alternatively, though, that means now if Turing is on R&D, though. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, clone ship is in the building. All right, we've got a side game going. Interesting dice-based strategy.
What is happening? Why not just use credits?
I guess.
I mean, if they're fine with it, I'm fine with it.
Whatever these players agree with.
Yeah.
But the side game is going down for the fate of this. I believe it's an agenda in there.
All right, he ends it. Okay.
Yep, 1-0. It seems.
Yeah.
Solid side game on Steven's part. Keeps his Caprice alive for another day. And I think that'll get him to 5 points.
He's got to be happy about that because
now
he knows. Like he's got the money to buy Alec. Now, granted, Lance can clot it, but I honestly think about this. Why not? Just I don't know. Just do whatever. Like you got Caprice. Like whatever. You know what? Honestly, Steven, do whatever you want to do. We don't even care, Steven. Do whatever you want to do.
I think you make a valid point amidst the sarcasm.
Yeah.
But yeah, forcing out a clot, it forces Lance to use his resources. And maybe if you can catch Lance at a position of having a full MU.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that now, but yeah, you're saying come and get it. And regardless, if he tries to score in that remote, the Caprice is still live.
Right.
So either way, I think Steven is in a pretty dominant position here. Pretty solid.
If you're Lance, here we go. Wow.
Double RDI. This could be what Lance needs to come back into this game.
All right, Lance.
Steven.
Let's see what happens, buddy.
Checking R&D. We good?
He's going, did I install the Turing here? I think I did. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh, he said your turn. You passed.
All right.
Is there an agenda
It's
in here?
going to give Steven one.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
I think that was a Maryland campaign, if I'm not mistaken.
But, of course, Lance has to check it.
And there it is, as you mentioned.
The Turing.
Turing.
That's what I expected.
Not on a remote. It's on a central.
Sorry, Lance.
Now, Lance can click through that Turing, but it is costly to spend your whole turn doing that.
Yeah.
And he could run into something nasty behind it, like, Fairchild 3.
That'd be horrible, man.
All right.
So, yeah, he doesn't know he's got to check it because it could be game.
That's true.
You never know.
Has to respect the 5 points.
And they play the betting games. The best, this is the best part about Netrunner.
Ooh.
It's the best part.
My opinions on side games have changed many times over the years, but now I'm cool with side games. That's okay. Oh.
Wow, he beat it?
He has won the side game.
No, what are you doing? Slums. There we go.
Okay, yes, the Caprice Nice has left the building permanently. Finds a Maryland campaign, not what he wanted to see.
Still worth. Good job.
Yeah, at least he took out that Caprice. That is really nice for him to get him a shot back into the game.
It gives him some breathing room. Now, Steven still has the body labor. Like right now, if Steven top decks a 3-2, it's over.
Well, Lance does still have clone
right.
ship on the board, and now has found a sacrificial construct.
Here we go.
Okay.
We might have us a game. Boys.
Yep. And both players have seen the clot in Lance's heap there. So got to be aware of that one. Some ice, and
there it is. There it
top.
is. That's what's meant to do. Yeah, he's gonna say, "Hey, I have agendas in hand." That sort of telegraphs there for sure.
Right. But you're asking Lance to commit resources.
That's true. That is very true.
Okay, interesting. He
sold Sakon?
Sold the sacrificial construct
what?
to Aesop. Said Aesop. Heard you like this broken box. This cyber box.
I like how it's like actually thematically the most appropriate thing to sell, I think. That or a scatter. Well, you can't sell scatter remains, but that would be. It's like one of the best things to sell.
Yep. All right.
So Lance has got a lot to think about because right now he's thinking, okay, he asked up HQ. Do I go there? Can I afford to go there?
Right.
He doesn't know what Steven has as far as like touring, but he has to also ask himself like, Well, how many resources do I devote to actually getting in R&D?
All right, finally an opportunity to bring out the lady, and it's going to break
Later.
through that Eli with ease.
Oh, easy.
Ah, just jump through it, and we'll see what happens here.
Could Lance get on the board? Let's find out.
We'll see.
He's on the board.
An excellent addenda to find. Very good
Yes.
for Lance.
Good
He's
job.
gotten 2 points, and yeah, must be feeling pretty good.
Nice. That was really good. It was really good that Lance scored those 2 points.
Yeah.
Because
Gives him a good shot.
yeah, and I mean that left Steven with just the 4-2 in hand.
All right, so Lance attempting a run on R&D here, finding a touring. That will most likely stop him. But at least it gives him the information to know that next turn, if he wants to attack R&D, he's going to have to deal with that.
Yep. Oh no, what's
Okay.
happening? This is risky. This is risky.
All right. Brisha install. He's got something in hand.
Oh, okay.
Second Cyber Cipher.
Now I'm actually okay with
Mid-run.
this. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yep.
This makes a lot of sense, I think.
He's got 2 R&D interfaces on the board, so this could actually net him some points
Yeah.
if he can manage to clear the next 2 pieces of ice.
Yeah, I think Steven might be locked. If he can get through, I think Steven's locked.
Wow, can't count him out in this game of Netrunner. No
Let's-
res there. Ooh, Fairchild 3.
That's a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards, but he does still have the Cyber Cipher on there, and so that would
Yeah.
cost, I believe, 4 credits for Lance there.
4 credits.
Okay.
Lance said, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years."
Yep, Lance says, let's do cards instead.
Okay.
Money's tight. 3 cards off the top. Finds Ooh,
He gets.
Caprice,
Okay,
Nisei.
oh no, that's all the
Sunset Slums.
protection.
Okay, Adonis, not the worst. Whoa, and I
Wow.
believe a Home Guard
Really?
on the top there.
What?
Yes, a new piece of ice from Terminal
Okay.
Directive. We'll talk more about it if it gets to the table, but that's a spicy include.
Yeah, it is. I would not have expected that. Would not
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
that to be in the deck. So actually, looking at it now, Steven does have the Steven can fast advance, but because at this point Lance has removed all options to save his clot, but we know he has Levy.
That is true, yeah.
And okay, yeah, I think this is the right call by Steven. Get rid of Cogates, put something else there, bro. You gotta.
Well, was that not a Fairchild 3 that he just
Was it?
installed? I might have
Maybe.
misseen. It's still a big code
Maybe.
gate.
Also, Lance, you should probably. Yeah, you should. Yeah, I was gonna say you should sell that priest. It's probably better here.
Not the most useful
So
card
if-
at the moment.
If you're Lance, what do? You draw 2 twice, run something else?
Yeah,
That's 4 cards.
could keep checking R&D. You know, he's trashed the top one. He just drew a Jonas, and now the Home Guard's on top.
Yeah.
So he could see 2 fresh cards if he goes to R&D now, or he could wait a turn.
You could.
I guess it's a question of how prepared Lance wants to be before he commits to a big run.
And you know what? What is
Okay.
happening?
So he's got a
Okay.
same old thing on the board.
Oh, he's pressing that advantage. He's basically going, look, I know that I've seen the next
Wow.
2. I know what the next card is.
Yep.
So you're going to have to overdraw. So I want to see if there's something in HQ I can grab.
Oh, man.
And that's actually really good.
Wow. He finds the
Nah,
corporate
leave it.
sales team.
He's going to leave that. And that's amazing.
So he is, yep, sweep the leg. Left
Dude.
to right. Just get in there.
We got us a game, boy.
Finds the agenda in HQ. Yep, and I think
Oh,
Steven
Steven.
recognizing he needs
Oh,
to draw
no.
past this lock, but does not find anything.
Steve, just put. Oh, wow. That has to hurt. That has to hurt. I guess you put Ash on. No.
So he's got 2 biotic labors now, meaning if he can find an agenda,
Yeah.
he's got good odds, but he has to find an agenda soon.
And the problem is now that Lance has now Lance has a ton of money,
Yep.
or at least enough. He's gonna draw his card, and look, his deck is almost empty. So he's gotta. If I'm Lance, I think I run and then levy.
And look at
Yeah, I
Steven's
mean,
credit pool.
Yeah,
This monstrous economy that he had at the beginning of the game has
Yeah.
since been dwindled down to just 4 credits.
Yep.
Now he has res really high quality ice on
That's
R&D.
true.
Double Fairchild 3 is no joke.
Yeah.
But he does have the Cyber Cipher there, so 3 cards.
Jeez.
And we
Oh, here he comes, here it
found
comes.
another agenda.
All right, Lance. I think you levy, buddy. I think this is a levy turn.
Wow,
Lance.
up to 6 points. Lance and Steven battling it out, neck and neck.
Lance, don't get greedy.
Incredible.
Levy it.
So many times today have we seen games where we thought, oh, so-and-so looks like they're in a really good spot, but
Yeah.
yet again, we are proven wrong. They still got a
This
chance.
is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
So it's just a race. Who can find the agendas?
So wait, what's shuffling the deck?
So that was the Maryland campaign that just finished the progression.
Oh, man, that has to hurt. Well, maybe not. Maybe Steven.
It's not an ideal agenda, but he
If you're Steven,
got to work with what he's got.
He saw Maryland. Yeah.
Installed Maryland, took a credit, and
Okay.
I believe that is an ash.
I think that's a good call.
Yep. That's cool.
You got to do something. You got to slow it down.
Right, particularly to go down there and take care of the ash is going to be really costly for Lance.
Right.
And he may not challenge R&D for another few turns.
But here's the deal, though. Lance actually has a ton. So okay, if Lance goes, sure gamble, Levy,
Yep.
Laguna, Laguna draw. I think Lance gets in and can beat the trace. Do you think?
Let's see. So Steven on 7 credits, it would take 2 to res, and Lance on, oh gosh, these credit sticks are the bane of my existence. 5, 8, 9 credits.
Yeah. It'll be close, but
yeah.
it'll force Steven to push in,
Right.
which means that we extend out the body play.
Yes, that is true. One thing Lance can do is deny Steven credits, which can be very important. And if Lance can manage to trash the ash with Salset Slums in play, that takes away one more option for Steven to defend.
And we don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet. We'll see how Lance looks at it. I'm willing to bet that next turn, Lance is going to sell Salset.
Yep.
Because I think he's gonna say, okay, there's no way this guy has more than 2 Caprice. They're both out of the game.
Yep.
This is the most useful this card could be for this matchup.
It's go time.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Lance, respecting the remote there, has decided instead to go in there and just double check.
Sure. This is risky because obviously if Steven top decks that agenda.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be. This is RNG here. We're in RNG mode.
Yeah.
Lance has an action.
I think the presence of the defensive upgrade there on R&D sort of forced Lance to consider prioritizing that remote.
Yeah. And he did have to check it.
Had to weigh the odds. He's going to HQ.
And there is a GFI there.
Oh, single access.
And oh, wow. There it is.
Finds the agenda. Lance takes game 2. Holy moly. From 0 to 8.
0 to 8.
In no time flat.
Yeah, that was. Steven started off really, really strong. And then I guess what happened was what sealed, I think what's the nail in the coffin for Steven, unfortunately, was when Lance got that Salsa Slums out and he was systematically removed the Caprices out of the game.
Yes, that was absolutely huge. The one side game that gave Lance the opportunity to clear out that remote. And Steven really could not fast advance.
Yeah, no, he was stuck.
Didn't find a good opportunity to do so, and Lance capitalized on that.